I should have horns, like those devil kind of horns, because you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. Visit Georgia for 6 nights and 7 days, or 7 nights and 8 days better. This vlog is going to walk you through the entire itinerary of what you can do for all that time in Georgia. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Just Go with Amreen. I am back with another video about Georgia, and this time we are discussing and walking you through the entire itinerary for 6 nights and 7 days. This is exactly the itinerary that I followed for my group trip, which was a hit, by the way. So, without further ado, let's dive right into it. If you have landed in Okatse, which by the way you can land if you take the flight Wizz Air from Abu Dhabi, it brings you to Okatse, not to Tbilisi. So if you come here, it's best that you explore this town a little bit. It is such a tiny town that you can just literally do a small 2-hour or less walking tour and see all the main sites. After that quick walking tour of Okatse, it's time to head out to your first location, first attraction, which is just an hour away from Okatse. Prometheus Caves. Prometheus Caves opens at 10 a.m. all the way till 7 p.m. The tickets to it cost about 23 Georgian lari per person per adult. So it's not your guide that will actually take you in. They have guides of their own that will take you inside the cave and explain everything, give you a whole tour. Another thing that you need to know that there are a lot of stairs. So if you have mobility issues, if you are a senior citizen who cannot climb stairs, then that place is not for you. Next up, Martvili Canyon. It is very famous. A lot of people do day trips all the way from Tbilisi to this place. They also do day trips to the caves, but the canyon is far more famous because of its beautiful nature and of course the little boat ride that goes through the canyons. It's really spectacular. This place opens at 10 a.m., closes at approximately 6 p.m. But during summer, they are open all the way till midnight. The boat ride is dependent on the weather. It's not working all the time. So if it's raining heavily, it will not function. So keep that in mind. On day 2, we check out of Okatse and head to the capital of Georgia, Tbilisi. Now you want to spend at least 2 nights in Tbilisi because the journey from Okatse to Tbilisi itself is about 4 hours, plus you will stop for lunch and things like that. So you've kind of spent the entire day just on the road. Although on the way to Tbilisi, you can go to this ancient place called Tbilisi, which is actually a cave town. It is so mesmerizing. Although I will tell you, do not go here when it is, peak winter or snowing, because they're all like uphill and it could get very slippery. But if the weather is right, this place is so mesmerizing. I highly recommend the hotel Radius. I stayed there. I have kept my groups there multiple times that I have come to Georgia. That is my go-to hotel, Radius Hotel Tbilisi. Make a note of that. The second day is a half-day trip, something called Misketa, and that's the ancient old capital of Georgia. Then you go to Jwari Monastery, you do the Chronicles of Georgia. Do not forget to go behind the Chronicles of Georgia to get the excellent views of the lake, river, I'm not even sure what it is, but it is stunning. And then come back to Tbilisi and do a half-day city tour of the old town in Tbilisi. So today is day number 4 and we are headed about 4-5 hours away from Tbilisi to a heavenly magical place. Now you have 2 options. Either you can follow my itinerary as is and go to this heaven, or you can go to Batumi instead, which is just 45 minutes away from this heaven. Every single time I host a group trip for my women, I am always including such a unique nature stay. This place is called Eco-Mercy. A glamping, so it's camping in a glamorous fashion. We are living surrounded by mountains, above the mountains. If it is the right weather, the clouds actually come down and you are living in the clouds. It's an amazing place. Enjoy the tour.
videos, walking tours, tourist attractions, experiencing all the places, it is good to take a break in this sanctuary of a place and just relax in the middle of your trip. Today is day number 5 and we leave this slice of heaven and move to the city of Batumi.
If you're spending only one night in Batumi, then I say come here by like 4 p.m. and don't leave before noon next day. In this fashion, you will be able to do a lot of stuff in Batumi if you stay in the city center or close to the city center. Now, where to stay in Batumi? On the beach. Like obviously, if you are staying in a seaside, sea-oriented city, you want to stay at the seaside. So we were on the beachfront property called Le Port. It is gorgeous. It's amazing. It's actually an apartment hotel, so it's a apart hotel you call it. Serviced apartments basically, but they are very clean. They have a washing machine, a dryer, a kitchenette, a fridge. They have a living area separately, a bedroom. Beautiful, beautiful place. Sea views. You get down, you're at the beach. It's amazing. It is in the most prime location and it's surrounded by very, very good hotels like Le Méridien, Marriott, Radisson Blu, etc. So you kind of get the idea what it could cost to live in a hotel like this. But that is what I highly recommend. If you want to do some activities, they are lined up with a lot of them. Parasailing is one of them, jet skiing, taking a boat ride. But another activity that you would think it's not water related, but it's great. We took these electric scooters and drove around the whole promenade and we kind of almost saw the entire, not entire, but a big part of the Batumi seaside. We rode it alongside the water and we covered a lot of ground that you would anyway do if you were walking. Of course, if you can go walking as well, but this was a fun way of exploring that entire stretch. Another place that you must not miss is called the Alphabet Tower, and take the lift all the way to the top. There's a cafe up there. The entrance fee is 20 Georgian lari. The views are spectacular from there. Of course, I don't need to say that. It's pretty obvious because it's on the sea, kind of on the edge. Also, you could try the Ferris wheel, which is also at the promenade, and yeah, you can get an amazing view from there. We didn't take that. I don't know what it costs like, but that's another thing that you can do.
So today is day number 6 and we are checking out of Batumi and headed back to Kutaisi because that's where our flight is from. Kutaisi is about 2.5 hours away from Batumi, so we have a long ride. Meanwhile, just so you know, I am hosting more group trips to Georgia in 2024. So if you're interested, drop me a comment in the comment section below and let's talk.
The last place I visited with my group was on the last day. It's called Okatse Canyon. Oh my god, this place was wow. It was so different. I know you're probably thinking, Martvili Canyon, Okatse Canyon, I mean, what's the difference? Canyon is canyon, right? No, Okatse Canyon is really beautiful, completely unique, very different from Martvili Canyon, no comparison whatsoever. This place also opens from 10 a.m. but closes at 5:30 p.m. and I doubt you can visit it when it is peak winter or snow time because it can be very difficult to get there. So that's another thing that I wanted to tell you. Getting there is not easy. So the Okatse Canyon, they have a proper walking trail. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes to do that entire trail, depending on how many photos you take and how many times you stop, because it is just so stunning. You have to stop. But point is, to actually get to the entrance, which is the beginning of the trail, you either walk to it or you take another jeep that goes from the visitor center where you buy your tickets. You take a jeep. So the tickets cost only 17.25 Georgian lari, which is standard throughout all these other attractions that I've mentioned. But the jeep, now there are these jeep, their drivers, some of them speak English, some don't, and they are going to come and literally blurt a price, whatever they think they want to say, whatever they think that these people will be able to give. We were 4 of us and they came and asked for 150 Georgian lari, which was ridiculous. This is apart from the ticket price that you have to pay, so that was going to cost us a lot. So we told him absolutely not, and we started walking away. They asked us how much you can pay. I told them 60. Yeah, we literally told them less than half, 60 Georgian lari.
he agreed. Not only that, he agreed, and when we actually got on the road, we realized that, oh my God, thank God we actually took the Jeep, because the walking path to get to the trail that's the beginning of the Okatse Canyon was insane. And if you're, forget about fitness or whatever, yeah, if your fitness is great, you can walk through that entire trail. It would have taken you not an hour and a half, but maybe like 45 minutes one way to get to the beginning of the trail, and then 45 minutes back. It's not the time, it's the road, it's the gravel, it's so rough, it's not a trail, it's not something that people who've never hiked or don't hike will appreciate doing. So take the Jeep if you're not into hiking. There's a lot of nature in the western part of Georgia around Kutaisi. So if you come to Kutaisi, stay for a couple of nights, explore everything, and then head out to Tbilisi and other places that you want to see and experience in Georgia.
This is the entire 6-night and 7-day itinerary that I followed with my group. To be honest, I wish there was one more night that we could have spent in Batumi. That is the only thing. It was so difficult for me to educate people on what they are going to be doing for that much time in Georgia. But of course, the women who saw the itinerary, they knew what they were getting into, and they absolutely loved it. So it really depends on your preferences. If it is just about bringing a fridge magnet, it's just about adding one more country to your 50 countries I've already visited list, then sure, visit Georgia for 3 nights and 4 days for 2,000 dirhams, that's fine. But if you really want to see a country, if you really want to see a new country and experience it, then you need more than 3 nights and 4 days in any country, especially Georgia. If you like this vlog, you know what to do. Give me a big fat thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any of my upcoming vlogs. I will see you guys next week. Until then, take care guys. Bye. Cheers. Mwah.